Hello, today I'm going to be making 2-ingredient ice cream, only I'm going to have 3 ingredients and I'll explain. But you only need 2 ingredients. You're going to need a hand mixer, 2 chilled cans of evaporated milk that have been in the refrigerator overnight, 3 cups of powdered sugar, and I have done 4 tablespoons of instant coffee and a half a cup of hot water because I'm making coffee ice cream, but you don't have to do that. You can just do the evaporated milk and sugar. Now you just put all those ingredients in a large bowl and get to mixing. Mix until thick and frothy. After 5 minutes of mixing with the hand mixer, I'm going to cover it and put it in the freezer for an hour. Now it's been in the freezer for about an hour and you can see the difference in it, okay? So now I'm going to whip it with the hand mixer for 5 minutes. Okay, it was in the refrigerator for an hour. Okay, before that I whipped it for 5 minutes, put it in the refrigerator for an hour, and then I started to blend it again. And blenders are irritating, I know, on a video, so I'm going to try to hold the camera away from it. I just want you to see what this looks like before we have to put it in the freezer again. Can you see that? See, putting it in the freezer for an hour helped to thicken it, and that's going to help it to whip up and not be liquidy. So that's what you're looking for. And then you're going to cover it and put it back in the freezer for at least 4 hours. I would say 8. Let it set up really good. And I'm going to top mine with homemade chocolate chips, or chocolate chunks. I'm sorry, I'm not going to make chocolate chips. That's very labor intensive. And I'm going to top it with some sugar-free Cool Whip. So anyway, I'm going to cover this up and put it in the freezer probably overnight, 4 to 8 hours. So it's been in the refrigerator for about 10 hours. And of course, because I put the coffee mixture, it's separated a little bit, but no big deal. All I did was give it a stir. Now I'm going to give it a test taste. Oh my goodness, that's good. Wow. Perfect amount of coffee. The only thing I would have done differently is used a little bit less water. I was supposed to use a 1/4 cup of hot water, but I used a half a cup. That was a little much, but it still turned out amazing. And evaporated milk is about $1 a can, so that's $2. And then you have the powdered sugar, 1.5 cups, which might be something like 60 cents. And so it's still cheaper than what you can get already made at the store. It's cheaper than store-bought, and it's delicious. So now I have it all packaged up in these containers, and I think these are 1-quart containers. All right, so it looks like I've got about 2 quarts. What can I do with this? I can use this to make mocha frappes. I can just have it as chocolate ice cream with some homemade chocolate chunks. I'm going to be showing that recipe, and have it with a little bit of sugar-free Cool Whip on top, with some of the maybe chocolate syrup, which I can make using my homemade condensed sweetened milk. So there's a lot of things I can do with this coffee ice cream. And you can leave the coffee out, and you could make it with cocoa powder. You could have it with just vanilla. You could stir in some frozen strawberries. Make a syrup with frozen strawberries, as a matter of fact, and mix it in, or top the vanilla ice cream. You could have it with some bananas and some homemade chocolate syrup made with the sweetened condensed milk recipe. I'll put that below in case you haven't seen it. But anyway, that's it. That's my 2-ingredient ice cream, which for me turned into 3 ingredients because I wanted to add coffee. But 2 ingredients will get you there. It will get you a basic ice cream that's very inexpensive and tastes very good. I'm going to make an individual serving of coffee ice cream. So I had some fondue chocolate left over, some homemade fondue chocolate, and I'm going to put it in the microwave and melt it. So I just took that chocolate and I just moved it around the bowl like this after I microwaved it for about 45 seconds. That was about 2 tablespoons of fondue chocolate. And I'm not worried about presentation. This isn't a restaurant. I just want to put some chocolate in there. And this is how I do it. I just scrape up some of that chocolate from the side of the glass and enjoy.